Okay, last episode. So, last episode, I honestly can't even remember all of the things that happened. We went around looking for Lindsay, right? That's what we were doing last time. Okay, yeah.
Yep. And then we went
Um,
searching for Lev.
right. Got it. I remember now. Because I don't have notes anymore. That's not a thing that happens now, this far into the campaign. But we all woke up at Colette's house. And, oh yeah, Colette's touchstone died. That's what happened too. Colette lost her lover from her past, which dropped her humanity, and she also lost her conviction to protect the innocent from harm. So that's kind of a big deal for her. And after that all kind of transpired at the house, we decided to go and find Lindsay, which I believe we went back to the Elysium to do.
Yeah.
And we went there and asked Roman to summon her, basically. And I think Roman offended Nyx just a little bit because he wasn't that excited to see her this time around, and she was like, whatever. And he summoned Lindsay to the Elysium. They had a little conversation. Lindsay was still hurt. Catalina showed up, which was a little unusual, and she was acting kind of sus and watching the group from afar. Nyx decided to go over and have a little chat with Prince Catalina, and that was kind of interesting. She basically was like, can we trust Lindsay? And Catalina's like, tell me more. And then Lindsay basically was like, we don't have any other leads on these people. All of our leads sort of have dried up or led to dead ends. So in the meantime, go and find Lev. So our group went to find Lev. We went to the first location, which was a safe house, which ended up being the Chamber of Secrets, aka the Chamber of Lies, which was a dungeon in the ground that was hidden in a hotel room, which was super cool. He wasn't there, despite Sparta thinking maybe he was hiding in a cupboard somewhere and wanting to destroy everything. The group left and went to Lindsay's house, and that's where they found Lev, and he was in the garage. He was unconscious, and he had some sort of torture device on his neck. There was blood everywhere, and written in blood on the wall, there was a message that said, every loan requires collateral. I believe that's what it was.
Every debt.
Every debt. That's what it is. And then they were trying to get this device off of his neck, and sadly it went off, I guess, activated, and decapitated him, which killed him instantly. So that's one of the few ways that you can kill a vampire. So he was decapitated and killed right there. Of course, that was very dramatic and tragic to happen. The group had a pretty strong response to it. Catalina, the whole gang showed up. Leo and Lizzie, Leo is Lev's sire, and Lizzie was one of his, I guess, siblings, you could call it. They showed up and were there for a few minutes, really, not that long. And then they took off again, and then everyone sort of went home and retreated for the night. Sparta and Nyx went on a little drive to clear their minds, get some quote-unquote fresh air, and then headed home for the night. So that is where we will be starting off this episode. For everyone who this is your first time, welcome, first of all. And we always start our sessions with an inner monologue from one of the characters to sort of showcase where that character's mindset is going into this episode. So tonight is Nyx's turn for the inner monologue. And if everybody's ready, we'll go ahead and dive right in. Also, just one more thing. What is it? RPG? Roleplay?
The new one?
What is to tell it like that we don't, I don't know what your commands are. The ones like where we don't, yeah, that.
There we go. Yeah.
So anybody
and
that's
also, guys, there's a new one, new link, because we're about to wrap up this series. So, well, this chronicle, specifically this chapter of this chronicle. So we made a channel which is going to be specifically for tabletop role playing.
Yeah.
So that everything is there. Our podcasts are going to be there. It's going to be in one place. It's going to be amazing. We already have some of the art that came in.
Whoop, whoop.
And super fucking stoked about it. So give us a follow so you keep in touch with us. I'm going to let you guys know. We're probably going to take like at least a few weeks break so that we get like a little bit of
refreshed.
But that's pretty much it. Oh, what's up, Ivy? Hello. Okay. That being said, where the fuck is it?
Cats are already acting up. But yeah, what I was gonna say is basically what that paragraph says up there. We don't interact with chat during during the session. We try to keep ourselves immersed in the role play, be respectful to each other, be respectful to the role play that's taking place. Even if we're not in the scene, we try to stay engaged. So chat, don't be upset if we're not responding to you. Sometimes we do incorporate funny comments and different things like that. I try to, especially if you guys say something funny in the chat, I might try to sneak it into the role play if it makes sense. But sit back, relax. You guys talk to each other. Don't let that discourage you guys from having conversations amongst yourselves.
Yeah, I love reading your guys' conversations, so keep doing that.
So yeah, everybody enjoy the session today. Let's have some fun.
All right. I really hate these blood tears so fucking much. It makes crying so much more annoying. But that's not the point. We lost Lev tonight. And it might have been my fault after all. After all of this, once again I fail when I thought I was finally winning. Sparta's face, the sheer pain written all over his face. I will have a hard time forgetting it. But also, what else was I supposed to do? Waiting is just as bad, right? If I act fast, at least we don't waste time, right? I'm going to be okay. I am going to be okay.
Alrighty. Sorry, I was getting my dice out. Forgot to do that. Looks like everyone else forgot to.
No, I had them right here. I just needed to grab them from there.
Alright. So, you all in a very familiar way rise from your slumber and are awakened into the night. Alejandro, when you wake, you realize that Sparta is not there with you. He is not in the house, at least in the living room where he was when you all went to sleep. Or, well, when you laid down, that is. Colette, is Penelope. This morning, she leaves her room rather quickly, and goes out into the common room and is sort of sitting there sketching like she was the night before. So she will join you, Alejandro. She doesn't say anything. She just sort of sits down in one of the chairs and starts sketching in her sketchbook. Colette and Ashley will linger in their room for a little while. Colette usually is pretty slow at coming out in the mornings, so nothing unusual about that this morning. She's gonna hang tight in her room for a little while.
First thing in the morning, you guys will receive a text, and it just says, "I'm at Leo's. I don't remember how to get back, but we're having a memorial for Lev tonight. If you guys want to come." And then that's it. That's all it'll say.
You'll get a response rather quickly from Colette, and that says, "I'll be there."
Alejandro's gonna respond.
Yeah, Nick is gonna respond to me like, of course I'm gonna be there.
You'll receive a response pretty quickly after saying, "Nix, if you could just bring them to Leo's."
Okay. Okay.
So with that information, Colette is gonna begin getting ready sort of for this memorial. So she's gonna hang tight in her room. Ashley will come out before her and kind of join Penelope in the living room with you, Alejandro. And they'll just kind of be like creating small talk, kind of talking to each other. You can, seeing them interact with each other, for you, Alejandro, it's interesting because as you're sort of watching them interact with each other in the living room, Ashley isn't, she isn't like her typical over-the-top self with Penelope. She is calm and like, she doesn't seem like she's like performing in any way, if that makes sense. And at first, like, because you're there, like you get the sense that like at first, like she has that like kind of show face, like everything's perfect, you know, that sort of fake attitude about herself when she first kind of comes into the room because you're there and she's trying to show face. But then after a couple of minutes, it sort of wears off and you can see the sisters sort of interact with each other in a much more natural way, as they sort of small talk with each other, and they're talking about everything that has happened, and they're kind of quietly discussing what may be going on as you're listening in to their conversation.
All right.
Oh fuck, how are we gonna do this? Really sucks that Lindsay doesn't have a phone. Why did I do that to myself? Why'd I kill Lev? Okay. Too soon. Okay, never mind. I was gonna say something, but we can't do that because there's no way Lindsay would have been contacted that quickly, so never mind.
It could have sent like a fucking animal with a little message, honestly. They probably have an MLS.
Pigeon service.
Familiar, yeah. So
No.
the
I'm
crow
not about the Lev stuff. Because we wanted Lindsay to send a group to the safe house to make sure that the house was safe.
Oh yeah.
But
Right.
there's not been any way that we could have contacted her.
Yeah.
So we would have to go to the Elysium and leave a message for her, basically.
Lindsay, it's time for you to grab a freaking cell phone. Okay?
Listen, Lindsay,
Right.
stop being afraid of fucking
Even-
technology, old bitch.
Even if it's like literally a flip phone, you don't need more than that. Just
We'll get her
a
one of those
flip phone
Nokia.
so that we can get like at least call you, okay? Like you don't need to have the latest iPhone and shit like that. You can just have a phone dedicated for calls. That's it.
Right? You are the sheriff. We need to get a hold of you.
Well, she's always had Lev, so
Freaking
it's never
flip
been a
phone.
problem, but...
Yeah.
Whoops. My bad. So what I'm gonna do instead... It's fine. I got this. Colette, while everybody's sort of getting ready, Colette's gonna head out and go to the Elysium and message Lindsay, and basically while you guys are like waking up getting ready after these texts and like the memorial, Colette's gonna go to the Elysium real quick and just do that on her own. We don't need to make it a whole thing.
Okay.
And then she'll probably, I don't know, 30 minutes or so she'll come back. And when she comes back, she'll join you, everyone that's in the living room. And she is dressed really nice. She's wearing a similar type suit of what she wore to Desire, the event, for the sisters event. But instead of, she had like a really nice suede blue jacket on that night. She has a similar in style suede black jacket. She's all blacked out. Black shirt, black tie, black suit, head to toe black. Typical Colette look. But she is looking pretty dapper in her outfit. So she'll be gone for like 30 minutes or so, and she'll come back and join you guys in the living room.
Okay. Well, Nyx is gonna find a black dress in the closet and put that on for the memorial. It's not her closet, so she needs to go through it. She's gonna take a little while.
It's gonna
So
take
she
some
might
time.
not be the first one to show up in general. Like trying to find a dress that I like. Let's see if that's the style. I was thinking like just a long sleeve, long dress, black, very simple, nothing too complicated.
I'm sure there's something in there. There's all sorts of clothes, all sorts of shoes, accessories.
That's what she's gonna get. Whatever it is, black shoes. And then she's gonna pack her stuff and whatnot.
Colette, when Colette comes back, Alejandro, she'll sort of like look to you, and because you're in your like normal get up, and she'll tell you that if you want
I'm gonna go
to
without my stuff because it's an official closed ceremony, so I can actually go with my hair down.
Nyx can go as Nyx.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And not as fake Nyx.
Yeah.
Okay, she can go as Eden. We'll put it that way instead of
as Eden.
instead of a Nyx.
Yeah.
She can go as her true self.
I'm my true self.
So
Which actually probably like Leo and Liz
would have
Lizzie,
seen
like,
you
would
as
have seen me like this.
yeah. Yeah.
Like when training, I'm not gonna train with like fucking like wig and shit.
Sorry. Oops. Okay. Anyway, so Alejandro, Colette will tell you, like, you should, like, if you're interested, I don't know if you want to dress up for this thing, but there is some clothes when Nyx is done. There's all sorts of shit in there. I'm sure you can find something if you want. It's up to you.
You have you don't have like the the typical uniforms that we would use for fallen officers.
I don't think we have that.
All right, I have mine in the safe house, but isn't really a
Well,
safe house.
I did go to the Elysium to ask Lindsay to send a group to the safe house. So if you want to make a pit
Alright.
stop, we can. That's why I left, because I assumed that it maybe if you didn't have anything here, you didn't like it, we could go by the house and you have your stuff there. So
If if it's safe, then I can probably pick up my police uniform
okay,
that I have in a bag hidden there.
okay, yeah. She said that she would have someone text me as soon as it was
All right.
cleared. So
Uh,
cool. Um, Alejandro, you will
Go ahead.
You'll pick up on. Oh, everybody do a rouse check real quick before I forget.
Oh yeah.
I always forget.
Oh,
Let's
we're
see if
dead,
we're
and
hungry. Oh yeah, and by the way, I'm all healed up today.
Okay.
After the 3 aggro, I healed 2 yesterday. Today, I guess I need to do 2 rouse checks to see. One
Yeah.
for healing and one for...
One for healing and then one for your normal wake up.
Okay, 7. 8.
Perfect.
And I passed as well.
Perfect.
Us as well.
All right. Colette did it. Which I'm glad she went out and fed last night, because she would be at Hunger 5 right now.
Yeah, no.
That would not have been good. But what I was going to say is, Alejandro, you'll notice that when Colette returns, there is still tension between her and Ashley. The same sort of strange tension that was there the night before. Because every time you've seen them together, they've been really affectionate toward each other, and Colette, like, doesn't even sit on the same couch as her or anything. She, like, sits on the opposite couch and sort of just kind of looking at her phone. She's in a way not even really acknowledging Penelope or Ashley. So similar type of tension that was there the night before is there yet again. And you also heard their little argument. No one else was home for that. Or they were out. So you heard the little argument that took place before Colette went out to feed. So tensions are still high between those two. Poor Ashley. She just wants to be loved. Sparta, what are you doing over at Leo and Lizzie's as you wake up?
Sparta will obviously get up off the couch. He'll start getting ready after the text. He's going to put on something he normally doesn't, a suit that looks very similar to Lev's. It's going to be a black suit with a purple shirt and a purple tie. And then he's going to go outside, sit on the porch. Is Lizzie and Leo still in the room?
Leo hasn't come out yet since he originally came out and told you that they were having a memorial. He went back into his room. Lizzie has gotten ready and is sitting out on the porch. And she looks surprisingly nice. Like, Lizzie is, just to paint a picture of Lizzie for you guys, she is very, what's the word I'm looking for? I don't even know, backwoodsy, I guess. She's really redneck, okay? She doesn't really keep herself nice, you know? She's very animalistic, lives out in the middle of fucking nowhere in the woods. So she's not necessarily the nicest. Her clothes are usually old and kind of ripped up and dirty, and that's just her. Leo is sort of the same. They look like bums, like just bum rednecks that live in the woods. But she looks really nice. You can tell she's showered, which is something gangrels don't do a lot, I guess. And her hair looks nice. She's wearing a really nice dress. And she's sort of sitting out on the porch where you found her the night before.
He'll go and sit down next to her and just kind of put his arm around her and be like, how are you holding up?
Well, I sort of gotta accept it. I think that the faster you are to accept these things, the easier it is to, I don't want to use the word move on, but I guess, I don't know. She just kind of like trails off.
I still can't believe he's gone. But we're going to catch the ones responsible. You have my word. I will make them pay.
Just don't go getting yourself killed. These people seem to have a vengeance that I don't understand.
And we've always been one step behind, but we're going to catch up eventually. And we're going to get some answers. Find out what all of this bullshit is and why they're doing it.
Yeah, I hope we find the answers we seek. Sometimes even finding the answers doesn't give you the peace you are looking for, so just be prepared for that.
As long as I can get my hands on them. Right now, that's all I care about.
Well,
how's Leo holding up?
He's not doing the best. I think this is hitting him harder than when he lost Pierre.
Yeah. Losing Pierre was one of the hardest things I've ever been through. And I never thought I would lose somebody again this soon. I'm gonna miss Lev. He wasn't just my cousin, he was also my friend.
Yeah, he was pretty great. He was like a gentle giant. It's really the only one of us that didn't seem to have a temper.
Yeah, I don't think I've ever seen him get angry.
There was one time years ago, but it was justified. But yeah, he's surprisingly calm. I enjoyed that about him.
He was definitely nothing like us. He was cut from different cloth.
Yeah. As you guys are talking, you see sort of some shapes appearing in the shadows of the tree lines around you, and coming from the west, you see 3 wolves emerge from the tree line and transform into their vampire selves as they walk up. One of them, you do recognize that it's a male, dark-skinned male, and you immediately recognize him as one of the visitors. I mentioned to you before, every time you go and train with Lizzie and Leo, some of Leo's family will come around, but Leo is very secretive with his family members. They don't have open discussions. Even though you're family, they are still kind of closed off to you. And you've gotten the sense from the time of these last couple of months of being around them is that they respect you as family in the sense of you are Pierre's family, but you aren't a part of their pack. That's sort of the disconnect that happens with you. And it's not any sign of like disrespect towards you. And you sort of, there's this underlining or like unspoken rule, so to speak, that you understand as well, that it's like, that's their pack, that's their business. That, yeah, you guys are all family because Pierre is what connects you, but you're not one of them, so to speak. And you immediately recognize the male. It's a male and 2 females. And you recognize the male as one of the guys who has come around in the time that you've been training. And when they all sort of transform into themselves and approach you guys, Lizzie stands up and goes and hugs the male. They greet each other. And she will actually introduce him, and he'll kind of like walk over, and Lizzie's like, "Oh, Sparta, this is Lawrence."
I'll say it's nice to like officially meet you, Lawrence, and give him a hug because Sparta's a hugger.
He'll sort of like at first like look kind of thrown off, but because he doesn't necessarily know who you are, but Lizzie kind of chuckles and is like, this is Sparta. He is one of Pierre's childer. And he's like, ah, okay. And he kind of relaxes a little. He's like, okay, cool. You're not like a complete stranger, I guess. And then he introduces you to the other 2 ladies.
And Sparta does the same thing. He says, it's nice to meet you, and he'll give each of them a hug.
Lawrence is gonna ask Lizzie where Leo is, and she kind of like gestures over her shoulder, and he's just gonna go inside, and the two ladies will hang back. We'll name them. They don't need names. Doesn't matter what their names are, unless you want to talk to them. But they sort of like sit on the porch near Lizzie, and they're just kind of small talking with Lizzie.
And Sparta will go back and sit next to Lizzie again and just kind of listen in. He's not really feeling too chatty tonight. Mm-hmm. So he just wants to be near Lizzie, mm-hmm. mostly for his own comfort, mm-hmm. at this point, and just listen.
So as you're sort of like listening to the conversation, they're not talking at all about Lev or anything that happened. They're talking about Lizzie asks them like, oh, how are things, blah blah blah, and whatever, and they're sort of like catching up. And one interesting and unique thing about Lev's family is you would expect all of them, because just of how gangrels typically are, you would expect all of them to sort of live together and be a part of the same pack and the same group and do everything together. But there's something interesting about Leo's family, and you're not 100% sure why it is the way that it is. No one has really explained Leo's family to you or anything like that, or why his family doesn't live with him. And Lizzie and Lev were like the only two that were actually in the city, because these two are not from the city. They have traveled from their home to be here. And Duke's like whining about something. You okay, baby?
Yeah, Marlo was being problematic just now, so I don't know.
What's wrong, honey?
Problematic cats today, I guess.
He fell yesterday and hurt himself. Come here, baby. Are you okay?
Poor Duke.
She's not laughing at you. It's okay.
No, I'm not laughing at you.
Okay.
Like, that's your imagination.
Anyway. So, forgot what I was gonna say. Oh. But anyway, so they're sort of like chit-chatting, and as you're like listening, and they're chit-chatting about home and things like that, as Lizzie sort of like catches up with them. And as this is happening, two other people arrive. Also, they're also initially, come on, baby, in wolf form, and they sort of boop boop transform out of it. Excuse me. And two more females, and Lizzie goes over and greets them. This sort of goes on for a while, probably about an hour or so, as you guys are like sitting on the porch, hanging out, talking and stuff. People are going to be arriving.
And Sparta will keep doing what he's been doing. He'll greet them and give them a hug.
Yeah, and Lizzie will introduce you to them as they sort of arrive. And a couple of them, just like Lawrence, a couple of them you will recognize as people who have shown up in your training that have like gone off with Leo. Also, Leo is in the living room now, as like all of these people are sort of arriving. And he's in the living room now, talking and everything like that. So that's sort of what's taking place at the at Leo and Lizzie's residence as everyone's getting ready. And Leo is also dressed up particularly nice. Please stop. I love you. But that's enough. I know, Bucky. I know.
And if Leo's in the front room at this point, Sparta will go in and join Leo and just kind of stand at his side.
Okay.
And greet people.
Alrighty. So we'll transition back over to the house with everyone else. Colette. All of them. Nyx is done getting ready. I'm assuming by this point.
Yeah. She
Okay.
walks out, but she looks amazing. So if you guys saw the picture, she actually she's probably very similar to whatever model she's like. It's modeling the dress because she's kind of like she has Colombian blood. She's a little bit darker skinned, darker hair, you know. So that's actually a pretty good depiction of what she could look like, kind of. But yeah, that's how she comes
I dig
out
it.
of her room.
Looking fabulous.
Ashley is immediately gonna be like, "Oh my god, you look gorgeous."
Oh, thank you. Thank you. Haven't dressed up in a second, so it's kind of unfortunate that it has to be for this occasion, but
Well, either way, wow.
are you guys coming?
We're not. And she like looks over at Penelope. And she like hesitates and she's like, we weren't really sure who the invitation included, and we didn't want to invite ourselves.
Yeah, it makes sense. It's definitely not the type of party that you can just show up for.
Yeah, no. And like you can see actual disappointment on Ashley's face. Like Ashley's trying to like be sensitive to like what's going on, but everything is
Ashley
a
has a
opportunity
major
for a party.
FOMO. Yeah, of
Yeah,
course.
everything's an opportunity for a celebration, even death. Ashley's like, damn, I could have like so totally rocked a dress like that. Why does she get to have all the fun?
Like, I'm not having fun.
Yeah, so
But
you
it's
can
fine.
see that kind of disappointment on her, like a fake smile. Yeah.
It's
Just
okay.
like-
You know, I've been there before training and stuff. It can get grimy and disgusting, like around the property. So.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay, well maybe it's for the best.
Knew that. Like Nick was like knew that was gonna work.
Ashley's like not disappointed anymore. She's like, okay, I'm not missing anything. Ew, so you're like going to a party in the woods? Gross. Have fun.
Gross.
Ew. No thanks.
Yeah. No.
And Penelope is like watching this because she obviously knows her sister all way too well, and like kind of laughs and chuckles and just like shakes her head and goes back to like sketching in her sketchbook. She's just like, you're ridiculous. Oh goodness. So Colette is gonna, by this time Colette would have gotten a text, and she got a text saying that the safe house was all clear. So Alejandro, if you want to swing by the safe house, we can do that on the way.
All right. Yeah. Just gotta get my model clothing.
Yeah, of course. And we can grab whatever we might need or want while we're there.
How do I pick my
Alright.
entire like crafting room?
I don't know. I mean,
Pick the necessary.
Ashley, can we go property shopping?
oh
Soon?
my god, yes. Please. I need something to distract my mind from all of this.
I also need something to distract my mind, and I also need my own place.
I have the perfect place in mind. I don't know if you'll like it, but we'll go to a few places, obviously.
Perfect.
Oh
I
my
will
God.
just-
And she like gets up and she like starts pacing. Like she's like thinking like of like her mind instantly is like going like a mile a minute. She has a task now and she's like, yes. Oh my God. Yes.
So you're like, no, I'm not gonna say this is Nyx, but she's like, you're welcome, Ashley.
She's like, thank God. I was getting so fucking bored. It's like
So you have something to
so
think about.
boring. Like death and stuff.
Oh my God.
You guys need to remember to Ashley's humanity. What is Ashley's humanity at? Ashley's
think it was, like, 4 or
humanity is
5?
not super low, but she is a few hundred years old. Oh, I didn't even mark her humanity. Whatever. How old is Ashley? Let me look at my notes. I didn't write it in my notes, of course. Whatever.
Fine.
I think I wrote it for
Fine.
Penelope. Okay, yeah. So she probably, I think she'd probably be at like a 4 or maybe a 5.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe a
Yeah.
5 because she's pretty in touch with her humanity because of what she does and things like that. But yeah, but the other thing is she's a few hundred years old. This is the first time somebody's died, you know, and it's just, and she wasn't that close with Lev, so it's not like she really cares, you know.
Yeah.
She's like, whatever.
Doesn't really affect her that much.
No.
I mean, it's fair, you know what I mean? She didn't have contact with him. Like, she's not feeling any
Sort of way.
particular way. Like, I mean, she's not an asshole.
Yeah, she's trying to
You
be
know, she
respectful because
understands.
she knows that you guys care. So, you know, as best of her ability, she's trying not to be a complete dick about it, but he does want a hug desperately. Look at him. He keeps licking my ear.
Oh, so cute.
My baby. Anyway.
So
So Colette is with that, Colette will kind of like get up and he's getting cat hair all over me and start to like get ready to actually leave. She'll say goodbye to Ashley like properly this time. She won't like ignore her completely. But you do still kind of pick up on this like strange tension between them as they're saying goodbye, and she like heads out into the garage area. Are you guys gonna ride together or is she gonna
Well,
follow you?
can't ride with me, all of them.
Yeah.
It's a Porsche. There's just another spot to
It's
ride
a
with.
tiny
So
car.
somebody else is going to have to stay behind. So I am just
Sorry,
gonna say,
Alejandro,
I'm
you
on
can't
the way.
come.
Yeah, Alejandro.
We left him at home.
We left him at home with Ashley and Penelope.
Yes.
Yikes.
Bullets will fly.
Someone will die tonight.
Somebody will fucking die.
They're
You're
mean
girl,
girling him.
Lindsay. No, I would never. But yeah, so I'm just gonna say, are we gonna stop at the safe house?
Yes.
Okay, so I'll just follow you to the safe house, and then from there I can actually like backtrack to Leo's place.
Okay. So everyone will hop into Colette's SUV and you guys will start heading to the safe house.
I'm going to just do what I was doing just in case before we get to the thing. She's going to put a little cap on.
By the way,
Little veil
this SUV has incredibly dark tint. No one would be able to see
So I'm
inside.
just gonna do this.
She's like, never mind. I can't mess up my hair.
Can't mess my hair up.
If you stayed in the
But-
car, most likely no one would see you. Someone would have to like really, really, really be trying to see into this car. It's like limousine dark tent. You can't see into it.
It's like almost, it's so dark. It's almost illegal,
Yes.
right? Because there's
Probably
like a
is
limit on
illegal.
how much,
To be honest.
how tinted the windows are, right?
Yeah, there is,
Yeah,
but they
it's
probably
regulated.
don't care about that. They're like, we got
Fuck that
this.
shit. We got this.
I'll just name drop.
I'll just.
Oh, Lindsay
you, it's
Baker,
fine.
you know her, right? Yeah, I thought so. Okay, bye.
Just throwing names. out
Yeah,
there.
just name drop. That's what Colette does anytime Colette gets pulled over. Arwen, let go of the curtain, please. Stop that.
She's like, just try to give me a ticket. I dare you.
Yeah. So, you guys arrive at the safe house, no problem. And Colette's just gonna stay in the car. Actually, Colette's gonna go inside, grab a couple of things. She's gonna grab her denim vest that Nyx made her. And a couple of other items.
I think Nyx is gonna just go grab like the few things that she had there, like a few dresses that she had made, and like kind of pack up the stuff that she made
Mm-hmm.
and like her makeup and stuff, and just like put it in the. I guess it's in the front of the Porsche that has the compartment for. At least my dad had a Porsche.
Well, we don't have your
I
car
think
with
it
us. We have
was-
Colette's SUV.
No. I went with mine. And
Ah, got it.
then, yeah. That's why
I missed
like,
that. Sorry.
Tinted or no? I
Sorry.
was like, so that they can follow me.
I mean, your car probably is fucking tinted as well.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like all of the Kindred have pretty illegal tint on their cars. They don't want people seeing into their shit. So, Colette's
I
gonna
also
just grab a
packed-
few things and kind of throw a duffel bag into the back of her SUV.
Yeah, Alejandro's gonna go in and change into his old police uniform. Takes a little bit of time in his room, just feeling kind of awkward.
Dress uniform?
Yeah,
Hell yeah.
feeling kind of awkward because he hasn't worn that since he was alive. So when he comes out with a duffel bag as well with his actual clothing. And it's kind of, you can sense that he's feeling kind of weird. And he takes a seat in the SUV.
All right. I feel that, like, since everyone else shared what their people were wearing, it's only right that I share what Colette is wearing. Oh, looking dapper. But Colette is gonna comment on your outfit when you come out, and she's gonna be like, well, that brings back some memories.
I haven't worn this in over 30 years.
Feels strange, doesn't it?
It, it more certainly does. But, you know, I couldn't just go in the same regular clothes that I would normally wear. Probably would have done the same for each and every one of you.
Yeah, I didn't necessarily keep my uniform, so. But you look nice.
Yeah, uniform suits you. Nyx is gonna pitch in while she's like bringing her like fucking
Sewing machine
shit over. It's like, I'm not leaving this behind. I missed
Colette like
you.
raises an eyebrow like. The fuck?
Well, it looks like you're gonna have your own little studio now in your house. Congratulations.
Yeah, they're gonna need to find that house pretty quickly.
Don't worry, I'm gonna go house shopping with Ashley.
You have fun doing that, but just remember, keep in contact and try not to get yourself killed because we're still kind of in an active situation right now.
It's okay, I just need a house. And then she just goes and packs her, like, finishes packing her shit.
It's okay, I just need a house. That's all.
Yeah, I just fucking need a house, okay? Sheesh.
Alana's just gonna side eye to Colette. I am so fucking happy I'm not gonna be part of that shit.
What shit?
I try not to ask questions. Listen, it's fine. It's fine, guys.
Nod and smile. Smile and wave, boys. Smile and wave.
He's gonna come back in and grab like a few textiles or whatever and be like, I mean, aren't you guys excited to get rid of me? I'm just gonna go and have my own house and do whatever the fuck I want to do. She's acting a little weird today, but it's fine. She's okay. She keeps bringing the stuff out.
Colette's just gonna like lean against the car and just be like, well. As she's
I'm
watching and waiting for Nyx to finish getting whatever.
Well, she's literally packing as much as she can in this fucking Porsche, and the Porsche doesn't have a lot of like room to pack shit. So she's like, well, at a certain point, you see her bringing back some shit.
She's like, wait.
Well, I can't fit everything. I'm gonna have to come back. So
I can't fit everything.
I guess it's fine. I'll just deal
it's
with
okay.
it later.
We you know, this isn't the only time we're gonna be here. So
Sure.
we can, yeah, it'll be okay.
I mean, what I learned is that you never know what will happen next. You know? I'm just trying to be prepared at this point.
Yeah, I guess
you never
you're
know
right.
when you will need a sewing kit, you know?
Yeah, sure.
She'll go outside.
Colette's gonna get in the car and just like, I don't know what else to, I have nothing else to contribute to this madness. Are you bringing your Porsche back to the house? I missed whatever you said earlier. Or are you going in your
if
Porsche?
it's possible, that would be great. So we can like just drive together.
Yeah, we can do that.
And like,
yeah, I just missed.
do it in
heard what you said.
We don't need, yeah. So we don't need like, I don't know, bring two cars. It's not necessary right now.
Gotcha. No problem. So, you guys will hop back in your cars after you're done collecting whatever it is and go back to Colette's place. You'll drop off your car and hop in with Colette. Mm-hmm. And then Colette will just let you drive.
Okay.
Because she's like, I don't want to. Just you drive.
Sure.
Since you know where you're going.
Perfect. Okay.
All right, and you guys will start heading
driving.
over to
Start
Leo's.
heading.
At Leo's, it's gotten quite busy. There's a lot of people there. There's about roughly 20 to 25 people that have shown up over the last hour or two. The house is full of people. Outside's full of people. All sorts of people that you haven't met. Some of them you've recognized, some of them you don't. And about no, that's not happening. Get off of there. That computer is way expensive. Ow! Pulled my headphones out of my ears. Oh shit, my little God dang it, Took.
Chaos Took.
My little
Chaos Took
thing
today.
ripped off.
Yeah. The
Soft thing. He jumped up onto my computer, and if he would have jumped off of that and knocked it over, I would have had to kill him. Out of the $3,000 computer. Bye. Go away.
Bye, Took. Get out of here.
Sorry, guys. Okay. I got this. About it's been a few hours. It's been a couple of hours, I'd say. By this point, it's been at least 2 to 3 hours since everyone's kind of woken up and reawoke. And all of the people that have showed up at Leo's house are gangrel, and you're assuming they're all Leo's family. There are a couple of strange people that have shown up that don't really fit in. They don't look like everyone else. They, which it's not necessarily strange that they're dressed nicely, because obviously this is like a memorial, so everyone's sort of dressed nicely, but the way that they carry themselves is a lot different than anyone that is there. You notice this. And Lizzie and Leo are sort of mixed in with everybody. They are kind of it's kind of like they've transformed into host mode, so to speak, and they haven't really had a moment to stop and talk with you. They're busy and distracted doing things. And a couple of SUVs pull up, and you see Lindsay get out. And Lindsay is always in a suit, so that's no surprise there, but she is looking nice as everyone else is. And she has a lot of guards with her tonight, more than usual. She gets out of the car, and 4 very large men, similar to what Lev looked like, dressed in suits, get out and sort of surround her like bodyguards, as she walks into the house. And everyone kind of when she arrives, with most of the gangrel that have arrived, there's a strange response to her. It's almost as if it's hostile. You can see a couple of the faces of the gangrel that have arrived. They have this look. They look at her and kind of snarl. But there's this strange hostility that fills the air when Lindsay arrives. And she sort of kind of looks to the ground. She doesn't make eye contact with anyone as she walks into the house. And greets Leo. So you're kind of seeing this transpire from wherever you are. I'm assuming you're probably maybe out on the porch or something. Lots of people have arrived at this point, so you're kind of just like, holy shit, there's people everywhere.
Before she goes into the house, though, Sparta would definitely walk up to her and greet her and say, "Thank you for coming, Lindsay."
Of course.
I know Lev meant as much to you as he does to us.
When you say that, someone that is close to you, like one of the people that are just kind of, we'll say one of the guys is like leaning up against the side of the house, he scoffs. And Lindsay sort of like looks at him out of the corner of her eye, looks back at you and nods. She doesn't say anything.
I will look at the guy and kind of give him like a glare, but I won't say anything. And then I'll just step aside and let Lindsay walk into the house.
She'll walk in, and that similar sort of hostility, you do see it on some people's faces. And Lawrence, who arrived, he was the first to arrive. You hear him, because you're sort of outside of the house. And where Leo and Lizzie are, they're in the house a bit, kind of with the crowd of people, and Lawrence is standing next to him. And you can hear Lawrence like faintly say, "Why the fuck is she here?" And he like looks at Leo. And Leo looks at him, and you can tell communicates with just a look, like, no, don't even start. And Lawrence, they're having a silent conversation. And Lawrence sort of, you can see him like clench his jaw, and he like looks at Lindsay and shakes his head and storms out of the house.
Seeing that, Sparta will walk into the house and go stand by Leo.
Okay.
But he's not going to say anything. He's just going to listen to Lindsay and Leo talk.
They don't say much. Leo sort of greets her, thanks her for coming. And Lindsay says that she's gonna wait outside. Just like, I know where I'm not welcome. So Lindsay will, after just a short exchange between Leo, Lizzie, and Lindsay, Jesus, all these L names, Lawrence, Lev. By the way, all of Leo's childers' names start with L. You're welcome.
Oh, I noticed that.
It's a thing that I needed to do, and I don't know why. But Lindsay will go back outside and stand by her car, and all four of the like guard dudes, they're like on guard, like they are on high alert, like you guys are in the middle of like a fucking war zone as they like stand around Lindsay. And Lindsay looks strange I mean, she's looked strange since you've seen her, even the night before. She doesn't seem confident. She seems to have lost whatever that confidence that she used to have. The way that she would carry herself. Just something is just off about her. And it's still transpiring tonight as you see her. She looks very defeated. Defeated, I think, is a good word.
Seeing all of that, I'm going to look at Leo and and just say, "Did I miss something?"
Lizzie's gonna laugh and say, yeah, years of something. And then she's gonna walk away. And Leo will sort of like look at her and shake his head, and he'll look at you, and tonight's not the night to rehash the past, but yes, you have certainly missed something.
Is it something I should be worried about?
No.
All right.
All right.
I think I'm gonna go outside and get some air.
Okay. We'll get started soon.
Sparta will go back out onto the porch, and because clearly something is off, he's going to go over and stand by Lindsay.
Okay. Bold move. I'm with her. All the gang girls are looking at you like, fucking traitor.
No, not like
just
that.
kidding.
Like
I'm kidding.
He's gonna go talk to her.
Yeah, I'm joking. Okay. She'll entertain small talk for a moment, but get the sense that she is very much focused on her surroundings, and she doesn't really want to be distracted.
Okay, if it's just gonna be small talk and she's not feeling it, he'll go back and sit on the porch.
Yeah, she's probably not gonna entertain much of a conversation. Like I said, she seems to be pretty focused on kind of everyone around her. People are hostile.
Not dying.
There's a lot of them. So, and like I said, that strange confidence that Lindsay, or not strange, that confidence that she always exuded is just not there. Like, she wouldn't have, you wouldn't have ever imagined her acting like this few nights ago. The way she carried herself, she demanded respect. She exuded authority. You will listen to me. You will respect me. You will obey me. All of that is sort of diminished within her. So it's just kind of strange. So anyway, you three arrive. There aren't a lot of cars. A lot of these people arrived on foot. So
arrived as wolves.
Yes.
They arrived on paw, basically.
Many of them arrived as wolves. There are a couple of cars, handful of cars. You do see Lindsay standing with her bodyguards.
The 1,000 bodyguards that are there.
Yeah. And you guys all get out of the car. Colette's just going to park and... Oh, never mind. She's not driving. I forgot.
I parked.
I'm so used to her
wherever
driving.
the car, like wherever like the kind of designated area for like the 3-4 cars that are there, I'll just park by it.
Perfect. Colette, before you guys hop out of the car, she's like looking around, and she's gonna kind of say under her breath, but to you guys, yeah, Ashley would have hated this. And he's gonna
and Nyx looks at Colette. I guess like Nyx might be like in the front with.
Well, yeah,
Nyx,
if she would, Colette would have been in the front seat.
I look at her and I'm like, yeah, that's why I made that comment earlier.
Yeah, it makes sense.
He also is going to be less on your business, you know. If I said this, she's not going to bother you later.
True.
About this. So,
thanks for that.
I thought I'd help a little bit.
Appreciate it.
You're welcome.
I'm glad you know you're kind.
I guess I'm getting to understand it better. I mean, I can't be at the swamp, but this is okay. It's just rustic, you know?
Yeah,
Could use a little bit of maybe gardening and shit, but like, it's fine.
a little TLC.
Yeah. But it's not bad. It has good bones.
Colette will hop out after a quick little conversation about being super judgy on Leo and Lizzie's house. It's cute, but needs some work.
A little work. Listen. Listen. Yeah, she'll get out. Like, she's like literally like grabbing the dress so that it doesn't like, you know,
Touch
get
the dirt.
touch the dirt too much. Even because it's not tailored perfectly to her. Like, it's the right size and everything, but like it might be a little longer. She's short. She's a short baby.
Yeah.
So she might be dragging the fucking thing everywhere. So she's like picking it up and like walking. Didn't think about the fucking shoes because she has like heeled shoes that are going inside the ground. I don't know if you guys ever had that problem. It's not okay. It's horrible. Weddings outside, do not use heels. Don't. Because it's literally going to plant the heel inside the earth.
Good
And the
thing
ground.
you are as graceful as can be.
Thankfully, Cat's Grace, hello, but she's literally tippy toeing. Like,
Yeah.
she's not even, like, putting the fucking thing down.
Oh my god. It's amazing. So, when you guys get out of the car and you get some looks, people are, especially eunuchs, people are like, who in the fuck is this chick? People are staring at you, and not like in a way of like, wow, she's gorgeous. They're literally staring at you at like, is this bitch lost? Like, what is she doing here? Because you have to remember, none of these people know you. So they're like, who is this lady? Because you do, while everyone is looking nice, you definitely stand out. You are like,
It's
I'm going
fine,
to a
I get
fashion
it.
show. They're going
I
to
have
like
merit,
a memorial.
I am beautiful. I have charisma for. I understand, okay? Like, she's fine with it. She doesn't mind.
Yeah.
She'll like
She-
say hi.
You'll probably, honestly, with all of the attention, I feel like naturally all would be activated within you, because it's like you pick up on the fact of like you're getting attention, even though it's like not necessarily like, oh my god, I'm in love with you attention. You're getting attention, and it's gonna kind of unleash something within you that plays.
I would be down to like get some awe going. Why not?
Yeah, and that's just, I mean, that just happens. It's not anything that you need to do. You're just, oh wow, everyone's kind of looking at me. And you radiate even more than you were before. And Colette is going to kind of like look around at everyone looking at you and kind of like look at you and be like, oh, okay, well, thank God they're not looking at me, sort of thing. And she's going to go over and greet Lindsay. And as soon as that happens, you guys pick up on immediately the mood changes yet again. And you pick up on that strange hostility that's been kind of filling the air that Sparta picked up on. When Colette goes and greets Lindsay, and then these people are kind of like connecting the dots in their heads of like, oh, maybe they're with her kind of thing. That strange hostility. It's like a couple of people like give you guys that stank eye, and you're like, what the fuck?
And I'm still on the porch, so seeing them get out of the car, Sparta will stand up and start to walk over to them.
Well, you're gonna see Nyx being like, "Hi, how are you doing?" How have things been here?
They've been hard, but we're doing our best.
A lot of people showed up.
Yeah, I didn't realize Leo's family was so huge.
It's a big family. Is this all of the family? This is just Leo's family.
Yeah, apparently he has a lot of childers.
Wow.
I thought Pierre always kept it small so that we could stay mobile. But Leo apparently took a different approach.
Built a fucking army.
Yeah.
But thank you guys for coming.
Thank you for inviting us. I feel like somehow we might be a little bit overstepping our boundaries here, but I'm glad that I can get the chance to, mourn Lev and thank him for everything that he did, even though I just have known him for a month and a half.
Yeah, I mean, I've only known he was part of my family for about a month and a half as well. And I don't know what's going on, but I don't understand why there's so much hostility around. But you guys are here with me, so don't worry.
Oh, I thought they were just looking at me because I look fabulous today.
That is a very pretty dress.
Oh, thank you.
And I'm liking that uniform, Alejandro.
Yeah, the uniform is alright, but it's not exactly too long ago where I was in a situation like this and got fucking jumped, so I'm a little bit tensed up right now.
Like I said, you don't have to worry about anything. We're here for Lev. And whatever's going on around here, they'll just have to deal with it.
Yeah.
So as you guys are sort of chit-chatting, you'll see Leo and Liz come out of the house. And they start walking into the woods. Surprise, Nix. The memorial is not at the house. And they're gonna kind of start heading into the woods, and everyone is following close behind, and you can kind of see Lindsay begins to walk with her little bodyguards around her. Colette looks at you guys and is like, well, I guess the party's this way. And you guys are going to start following. You go into the woods quite a ways. You're kind of walking through. It's a fairly large group of people, so it's not that hard to follow. I mean, people are chit-chatting. You can hear and see for the most part. Almost all of the gangrel around you now have glowy eyes of all different shades and all sorts of, some of them are red and green and yellow, and some of them look like cat eyes, and it's just kind of, it's kind of eerie yet beautiful as you're like walking around with these gangrel, and like all of their eyes are lit up because they've activated Eyes of the Beast, and they're looking
As
around.
has Sparta.
It's like a goddamn rave party in here.
It's kind of magical. Magical eyes. And eventually you come to a section in the woods that it kind of opens up. The trees open up, and there's a big, large area that is like kind of a circle. You can tell it's man-made. They've cleared this area. Seems to be well used. There are big logs on the ground. Leo is going to walk over to one of the trees and hit a button, and all along this like circle of the trees, there's little lantern lights that light up this whole place. And it turns into this really cute little woods gathering spot that you wouldn't necessarily expect to see out here in the middle of the woods. It's very comforting.
While they were walking up the whatever, like I don't know why I imagine the house, and then there's like maybe this hill and then this clearance on top or something like that. So like Nyx is like,
place.
yeah, Nyx, well, she's going up there. She's gonna be like, Colette, can I lean on you
Hold
just
my
for
hand?
a second? Yeah, no, I just need to like, these shoes were not the right choice. Probably distressed too much. I wish I put my power suit on that I had in the house, but I didn't have it and I didn't think about it. Anyway, give me some support. So she's gonna be literally just like using her shoulder to like walk up, and as she reaches the area and Leo lights up everything, she's just like, oh my god, this is like glamping.
Alejandro's gonna look over and just say, Colette, I think you're being used as a walking stick right now.
Well, I was going to say that Colette is actually going to put her arm around your waist and sort of like properly help you. And you get this like strange vibe from Colette. Like, you're like, okay. She's not like making a move, but she's like not making a move.
Not making a move. Like,
Wait, what?
Confusion.
Why? Ashley. But
I want to die.
no, thank you. Not interested, Colette. No.
Like, what the fuck, man?
Not happening.
Not cool. Not cool, okay? I just got welcomed in here.
There's a code.
Okay, no.
But so yeah, she'll properly help you up the way. And yeah, it is really cute. It's like a cute little area. And so the way that this area is set up, when the lights kind of come on and it illuminates this entire area, it's kind of a weird setup. I don't know if weird is the right word, but I'll explain it. You can make your own judgments. But there are like 4 big logs that are making like kind of like a half circle. And then on the other side of that, there are 13 stumps that they seem to like be like sitting places. But it's like distinguished in a way that it's like there is very much these like 13 sitting spots and then the rest of the sitting area. And after he kind of turns on the lights and it's lighting up and you're kind of taking in everything, you're going to see in the center of the 13, there's like a large stump that's kind of like the focal point of those, and Leo is gonna sit on that one. Lizzie is gonna sit directly to his right, and then sort of all of the rest of them are gonna funnel in, and there is one stump left empty, and all of the other people that are with them are gonna sit on all of the other space. Some of them sit on the ground. Some of them sit on the stump, like the other kind of logs. These ones are like stumps, like a tree stump. The other ones are sort of like big logs that have like been laid down. Mm-hmm. So you're going to kind of see everyone funnel into their places. And you're seeing that it appears that these stumps are designated for Leo and his childer. In the center, where you would expect a bonfire to be in a typical, it's like a campfire type get up. There's obviously not a bonfire because that would terrify everyone. Instead, there is this strange, like, it kind of looks like a statue. It's made of stone. And it's a large wolf head that is sort of in the middle of this, where the campfire would typically be. And atop of it, there is what looks like, excuse me, looks like a urn that is sitting there. And on top of it, there's a, hold on, I need a drink. My voice, hello. Excuse me. There is a black urn that has like all of these etchings in it, and there's like a deep purple color that go through all of like these etchings and designs on this urn that sits atop this like wolf stone statue that's in the middle. Everyone's gonna kind of find somewhere to sit / stand and gather around this area. And after everyone is there, Leo is going to stand up, and everyone kind of quiets down as he walks over to the urn, and he opens it, kind of sets the lid down. Losing one of your own is a pain unlike any other. Many of you have experienced it, and some of you have not. He's sort of looking around at everyone as they're listening. A few years ago, I lost my brother. Someone who fought alongside me for centuries. And although I did not spend centuries fighting alongside Lev, the pain that I carry from losing him is far greater than the pain I carried for my brother. It feels as if a part of me has died. He's gonna turn and look at all of his childer that are sitting behind him. I will rely on the strength of you all to continue our family's legacy, to remind me of why we fight the good fight, to remind me of who we are. He's going to turn around and pull out a knife that was hidden somewhere in his clothes and cut a small wound onto his hand, and he's going to begin to squeeze blood into the urn. which you can assume are filled with Lev's ashes. And he'll sort of mix it with his finger, and he's going to walk over to his childer, and one by one he's going to dip his hand into the mixture of ash and blood and kind of mark on their foreheads. And he's going to go along all of his childer and do this one by one. We'll walk back over and place it back where it was and look out at all of you. And my family is something I've always been proud of. We've grown in number over the years and brought on quite a few allies. He's going to look at Lindsay and smile, and she sort of kind of smiles and looks down. Because you get that sense like someone wants to say something, but they're not going to. But there's that strange, like, kind of awkwardness that's happening. But regardless of whether you are family or friend, thank you for being here tonight. Lev was exceptional. Many of you don't know this, but I saved Lev for selfish reasons. He never asked for this life. But I couldn't bear to see someone with such potential die. So many years ago, when I got word that he was badly injured and near death, I decided to officially make a decision for him that wasn't mine to make. He entered this life with just an amazing amount of grace. He was never angry, always thankful. I watched him quietly suffer as he watched his child grow from afar. But he never complained. He had a strength that I admired. And I think many of us wish we had. I don't know if the burden of losing him will be something that subsides quickly. But I will hold his gracious spirit close to my heart. And I hope that as we continue on with trying times, as we face allies and enemies alike, we will know the difference. that when trust is broken, just as Lev did many times, we will find it within ourselves to forgive one another. Don't allow anger to drive a wedge within good things. Use it to fight the things that don't belong. And as we journey on, may we hold close those that we love. While I know it is not in our nature, let us fight that. Do not lose who you are. And may we all become a little bit more like Lev. And he's going to sit down. And as soon as he sits down, you can see this, like the floodgates have opened. He composed himself for as long as he could. After a few minutes, Lawrence will stand up, Lawrence is sitting on the left. And there's this strange, just kind of watching everyone and looking, you can see like a hierarchy among these vampires. And you're getting the sense that you're kind of picking up on, obviously Leo is sort of alpha male. And you have Lawrence and Lizzie to his right and left are kind of, these are the other leaders among this pack. Lawrence is gonna stand hard-faced. You can tell he's sort of stone-faced, holding on to, not allowing emotion to overflood him like Leo. Tonight, we will spend the night in solitude and silence. For all of you who wish to join us, please do. And with that, right before your eyes, Lawrence is going to transform into a wolf. And one by one, all of the Childer transform as well. And now standing in front of you, where there were just a bunch of vampires, are now a bunch of wolves. And lastly, Leo will sort of look at everyone with one last glance and transform himself. He is much bigger than all of the rest. His gray, silvery coat, it's a beautiful shine to it. All of them are beautiful. They're just beautiful beings now standing in front of you all. And Lizzie is going to, you well, obviously she transformed right in front of her, so you would know which one she is. She's going to approach you, Sparta, and sort of nuzzle her head like along your hand and like look up at you. And then one by one, they're going to disappear into the night. A couple.
And after
Go ahead.
Lizzie does, Sparta's gonna tear up. Not like full on cry, but he's gonna have streaks of blood.
A couple of the other people that were sitting will transform themselves and join the others that ran off. Some of them won't, but majority of the people that are there will do that. You kind of get the sense that the other ones like just can't transform, so they don't. But the ones that can do and run off in the same direction. As soon as that happens, as soon as like Leo is gone, Lindsay is gonna immediately turn around and start leaving, kind of hastily. She's like, okay, Leo's not here anymore, gotta go. So she's gonna very quickly leave. And Colette's gonna kind of like look around, like, I guess that's it. I can't do that, sadly. Colette like doesn't know what to say. She's like, oh.
Yeah, no, Nyx is like, you can do that? Like, she's like thinking literally, you can do that? Wait.
Yeah, she's never quite seen it happen right in front of her. So,
no. It's definitely something that is very weird.
yes.
Hearing that, Sparta will say, I can't yet, but it's something I'm working on.
Oh no, like, I mean, you can pick on her like expression that that's what she's thinking. She's not necessarily saying
it.
anything. Like,
She's just kind of
it's
like,
not. Yeah, but you can pick on it very quite easily. She has it written all over her face. Like, what the fuck? That's kind of fucking cool. Like, but obviously, like, she knows that that's probably not the best place to be like admiring, like, you know, vampirical powers right now.
ooh,
Like,
shiny.
oh my god, but like, wait, let me talk about this.
Wait,
like,
can we talk about this real
funeral?
quick?
Like, can I ask questions?
Can I ask questions? Now is not the time.
Yeah, not the time.
So that's what I'm saying. It's, you know, she knows. At least she's aware. She would like to. She might ask afterwards, but
Sure.
not right now.
Yeah. So Colette's gonna kind of look at you, Nyx, and be like, well, shall we go?
Yeah, I think this is family time now.
Yeah, I kind
And
of.
we have work to do.
Oh?
Yeah.
What?
We have to find these guys.
Oh, right. Colette's like so distracted. She's like, a bunch of fucking people just transformed into wolves, and like, there's no after party. Like, this is
Like, the after
what's
party, you're
happened?
gonna be a wolf.
Yeah, like we were invited to the after party. I'm offended now. Let's fucking go. Like, I'm used to being like in the inn.
Not in this
Not
case.
here.
Wolves only.
So, you guys are gonna start walking back to the car. Lindsay has booked it. Like, literally gone. She's gone. Before you guys can even really start heading out of the woods. Like, see you later. Some of the people kind of funnel back with you, and some of them go into the house. Some of them disappear into the woods and do different things and whatever. But like Nick said, you kind of like get the sense that this is sort of family time now. You weren't invited to the after party.
Yeah.
That's
And I mean, Nyx doesn't know anything about like the gang rule as a clan, you
Mhm.
know, and like how tight they are with their own like little pack and like whatever. Well, this is not a little pack. There's like a hella fucking people there. But you know, like she doesn't know the costumes of like or their usual programming, I guess, as a clan. So
yeah.
she's like, okay, like sure, I'm a good time, but I can't transform a fucking wolf. So like, I guess no fucking post party for me, after party for me. Sheesh. Like you need the
Probably
VIP
wouldn't be
ticket
interested
and
in that party anyway.
no. But you know, she's a little bit hurt. She's also like the person that gets invited to parties all the time, especially after parties. So like she's a little hurt, you know.
That's like same with Colette. Colette's used to being a part of everything because of Ashley, so she's kind of like,
And
okay.
Sparta already knows all of like he already knows.
He totally understands. He's like,
So
let's
he's
go,
like,
guys.
yeah, let's go. It's time for us to go.
It's time for us to fucking leave.
So you guys are going to start heading back to the car. And again, Colette sort of like helping you along the way because you're now going downhill, which
Oh
is
my god.
even harder.
Yeah. With the stiletto.
Yeah, good luck with that. So
Thank God for Cat's Grace.
yeah,
Seriously.
she's helping you along the way. And as you're sort of walking back to the car, I mean, there's some like quiet conversation, but for the most part, everybody's just silent as we're walking along. Nyx, I need you to roll composure and intelligence, please. Why do I always roll so good for the opponents?
Let me grab my.
Okay.
One second. I think it's 6 dice, but I'm not 100%.
5.
Sure. 5?
Yeah. Oh wait, that's Colette.
Okay, 1.
Yes, 5. Colette's a little bit smarter than you.
3 successes.
3. All right. So as you guys are walking in silence back to the car, Nyx, you hear this voice in your head. And it's a familiar voice. It says, "Hello, darling. I think it's time we meet. Come alone. We have much to discuss." Isaiah's voice rings through your mind. And you immediately get the sense of where he is and that you need to go to him. And he did get a crit win. So the effect that it has on you is you are going to try to get to him as quickly as possible.
It's like an impulse, right?
Yes, and that's where we're going to take our break.
You. Excuse?
God damn it, Jenna.